Whoa! What's going on? Oh, I know. Hello, everyone. My name is Kane, and welcome to more Steins Gate. Interestingly, so as it turns out, this is going to be this probably will be a pretty short episode, all things considered. Because why am I back here? Well, not doing this for you, okay? I'm doing it for Mayuri. Mayuri is the reason why we're doing this. Just like Karisu says. That was perfect timing, actually, but basically, apparently I didn't actually get all the endings like I thought I did last time. I got the same ending twice because I ended up getting Karisu's ending twice. So I had to do some... Thankfully, I got notified of this, and after looking up online, what seems to be the case is that in order to get the Mayuri ending, you have to avoid triggering any true ending flags throughout the entire game. And I guess on the first playthrough, I must have triggered one. So we're going to be skipping through this and trying to figure it out. There might be a few new dialogue here and there, which we're going to be reading. But again, it's mostly... I mean, if you want to skip to the main ending, then just go ahead and skip forward until... I don't know. It was just whenever the different ending begins. But this also seems new dialogue, because it's not letting me skip it. I'm doing it for Mayuri. Oh. Yeah, of course. That, and I think you'll make a good test subject. Now you're talking like Saren. It's completely different. Yeah, in this ending, by not getting any of the true ending flags, we're not going to really have any kind of bond with Karisu. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least. How so? I only experiment on you. Besides, mad scientists experiment on themselves all the time, don't they? I guess. I'm no longer afraid to time leap. I'll do anything to save Mayuri. It's just a joke. Don't take it so seriously. Alright. Again, I mean, if you're seeing this recording and hearing me speak these words, then it means that I was successful in getting the Mayuri ending. And that, this episode's uploaded. However, if you're not seeing this, then evidently I screwed up along somewhere and have already obtained one of the true ending flags. That, or maybe I've gone the conditions wrong or whatever. There. Part-time warrior. But what I'm probably going to end up doing here is just ignoring every single text message that gets brought up. Because, I mean... I figured the easiest way in order to avoid getting any true ending flags is to just ignore the text messages, right? Considering that's how you get any of them. So as long as I just keep skipping through anytime it asks me to do a text message, then I assume I'll be fine. I do think it's interesting how you have to get this ending, but the game basically guarantees that you have to get two different endings by, or do two different playthroughs to get two different endings. One playthrough you have to avoid every single, you have to avoid every single, thing. Hey, Daru. Have I called Daru before on this? Hoi hoi. Hoi hoi. It's me, report. You know, it's distracting as hell when you talk like that. Enough about you. Report the status of the repairs. I'm turning to a prune here. Hey, at least give me some reaction. Anyway, I think I figured out what it needs. Really? Pretty much. Should I bring reinforcements? Yeah, I guess. Bring them on ice with you if you can. Alone in the heat of the vacant Raikon rooftop, the two of us can get our shame. I hope we find your dried up bones. Gonna have to disappoint you there. How about you? Did you find anything out about the pin? Yeah. No, it's an uphill battle. Not even a clue. No. Damn, that sucks. I'm gonna head up a few more places. I'll head over in the evening. Is it 2 more hours? 2 extra days are faster than expected. Skip. Sorry if my speaking is a bit weird during this recording. I literally just got done with like a dentist appointment. I don't like going to dentist. My teeth always feel weird, even when I know they do the right thing, it's just... I don't like having stuff prodded in my mouth. Metal sharp. But yeah, if it sounds like I'm talking weird, then there's a good chance that I am talking weird. And that's the reason why, because, my mouth feel weird. Hi, Suzuha. And then Suzuha has suicide note. Hello. But yeah, I can't imagine this will take too long. I was thinking, so originally I was just going to start the recording once I was like certain that the new whatchamacallit began, the new ending began, or the final ending, I guess. I was gonna start up then, but I mean, I don't know, honestly. I kind of just thought, like, why not? I guess a part of me was like, well, I'm probably gonna get different dialogue along the way, so it's just like, I'm not going for all the dialogue again. This game terrifies me, so I'm not going to go out of my way for any extra pain than I already have. No. Ignoring the mail. I mean, I've already gotten extra dialogue just from not answering any mail. I mean, I had that, I mean, there was that dialogue at the beginning of the recording, which was of, with Kurisu, but there was also 2 other parts before that I didn't actually get on recording, that we were talking to Mayuri. Who am I getting in touch with? Ferris? Outgoing. Daru. Again, I'm just scared to get any more, I'm just scared to get any more, well, anything new from this game. Because, this game's scary. I say that knowing full well that I'm pretty sure by, assuming everything goes right, by tomorrow I'm going to be playing, the sequel, which takes place after a bad ending. The sequel doesn't take place after a good ending, it takes place after a bad ending. It's just like, man, what am I setting myself up for? Mega depression at this rate, considering if it's going to be taking place after a failed ending where you don't save Kurisu, I imagine, if it's taking place there, then that means we're going to be dealing with World War III. Hi, Daru. And I'm terrified to have an entire thing. Are we just gonna start right out the game, like right out the gate, with like depression? Like when we start Steins Gate 0, is it just going to immediately be depressing from the very beginning? Because we're gonna be beginning without Kurisu. We're gonna begin knowing that we have to deal with World War III. Like, I am truly scared. No, Mayuri. Sorry. I am not getting any text messages. I refuse to speak. I only talk to the microwave. I'm still traumatized by the fact that I got Jellyman, Mayuri. Just gotta remember, the true ending has already been obtained. All these characters are perfectly fine and healthy. Everything here is no longer excuse you? Just go out with her. Seriously? If there's nobody you like, then there's no reason not to, is there? Get close and help her work through her feelings. Then she'll probably tell you what you need to know. Mayuri dies in 2 days. I don't have time for touchy-feely stuff. Okay, that was weird. Why was only that little snippet of dialogue different? That's strange. There wasn't even a lot of dialogue. Anyways, tactical retreat. Hi, Mayuri. Bye, Mayuri. See you in another timeline where you don't die. I'm really curious to see what's going to be different from an actual Mayuri ending. Again, I thought I got it last time, but then again, it also was weird to me how if I did get the Mayuri ending, then why the heck was it the exact same as the Kurisu ending? But again, apparently the Mayuri ending just has a lot stranger, if I'm being honest. It's honestly a lot stranger to me to have the condition for Mayuri's ending be to get 0 true ending flags. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I just think it's weirder. Weirder doesn't mean bad, though. Anyways, let's go back in time and have a happy day. Okay. Thankfully, again, just like I mentioned last time, getting through this game's story with the skip function is insanely nice. Like, it's just fast enough to where it's like, you'll easily breeze through and get it all done in like a day, like within just a couple, like 10, 20, 30 minutes maybe. But it's just really good how it's a perfect speed, really. Okay. You can still tell what's also going on. One thing I think that's interesting about this whole thing, I guess it makes sense that it wouldn't really matter in the end, but something I think that's kind of interesting is how there's one D-mail that doesn't actually really ever get dealt with, I think, technically. And that D-mail is the Lotto 6 one. We technically never deal with it, right? Technically speaking. At least I don't think we do, right? It's the only D-mail we technically don't deal with. Who's texting me? No. I'm about to find the secret ending where everyone hates me. Hi, assistant. The secret ending that's only obtained by ignoring literally every single message. The ending where Okabe just dies alone and everyone lives happily ever after because nobody wanted him. The Chunibyo stuff became too much. Everyone's had enough. Maybe I'm trying to make jokes because I'm scared about what the Mayuri ending could have. I assume it's gotta be... Surely there's gotta be happiness in it, right? I'm scared of this game. I'm very, very scared of this game. This game doesn't make me feel good. In a good way, strangely. It makes me feel bad in a good way. I don't get it. But, oh yeah, we're gonna have to watch, Nai become Stabby Stabber. Also, bye. Anyways, Nai becomes Stabby Stabber. See ya. Alright, we've got to be getting close. Assuming I did everything right. Actually, you know what? Send it. We don't need to see... The world warps. Once its distortion dissipates, Kurisu's gone, so is Moeka's body. The phone I'm gripping is my own. FB's phone has disappeared. I look at my hands. They're clean. No blood. No knife on the floor either. Everything was undone. Then, why am I in this room? There are 2 bottles of Dr. P on the coffee table. Both are open. One is nearly empty, but the other is still full. I jump at the sound of a running shower. That's a toilet. After a few minutes, Moeka comes out of the bathroom expressionless. You're alive. Moeka sits down on the tatami mat, not questioning why I'm here. She takes out her purple phone and begins typing a mail. Feels like forever since I've seen her lightning speed typing. I don't need an IBM 5100 anymore, Moeka. This mail doesn't make sense. Reads like Moeka and I were discussing IBM 5100 just moments ago. Of course, that's exactly what happened on this world line. That explains why I'm here. What do you mean? My supervisor told me to stop looking. Your supervisor? You mean FB? How do you know FB? Where did you get the information? So FB's still alive. I feel relief, but also fear. I mustn't forget that he is my enemy. For now, however, I'm more interested in what Moeka just said. FB canceled her mission to retrieve the IBM 5100.
Doing your duty sets you up for disposal. So we're more like cattle than dogs.
I recall his last words. Perhaps he canceled her mission and so that they wouldn't be eliminated. I don't think that will prevent their deaths. They cannot escape their fate.
I won't forgive you until I kill you with my own hands.
I cover my ears. I can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turned an innocent girl into a murderer. I bite my lip hard enough to draw blood. That world line has already been undone. How will things turn out on this new world line? No, there's no point thinking about it. If the plan worked, the IBM 5100 should already be back in my possession. And if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either. There we go. Now we can skip again. Alright. Now is when things are going to start becoming, soon, I imagine, is when things are going to start becoming interesting, because imagine Mayuri Ending has its own Chapter 11. I swear to God. Game, don't even try it. Just let me get out of the pain. I came here for the last ending that I've been missing. I've suffered enough. Gosh dang it, I've suffered enough. I'm going to suffer any more anyways once I get to the Steins Gate 0. Can I not just get a break? Anyways, we're probably gonna be less... Don't say it like that. Hi, Mayuri. Hello. I feel like we're probably going to end up being more okay with Kurisu dying in the Mayuri ending. Again, assuming that I'm right. I still don't know if I did everything right. As far as I can tell... I'm sorry. A meaningless apology. I want to save Mayuri. More than anything. These words are a death sentence, but I forced myself to speak them. It takes every ounce of willpower I possess. I can't save you. I know. When I finish, I feel as if a great weight has left my shoulders. And at the same time, as if 1,000 needles are stabbing into my heart. Kurisu weakly returns my embrace. And she lets go and stands up. Well then, there's already a look of relief on her face. I'm heading back. Back? Where? To America? The lab, of course. I need to dry my clothes. I want to take a shower too. In that case, we should go back together. Before I can suggest it, Kurisu beats me to the punch as if she read my mind. You stay here and soak for a while. Understand? We can't go back together. That's her verdict. Understand. I hang my head and shut my eyes. Kreese's footsteps fade into the distance. I wrap my arms around my body. Even though it's summer and sweltering hot, I can't stop my body from shaking. I realize that part of me is relieved that Kreese left alone. At least I won't have to face her again. To look upon the face of the girl I chose to die. I'm a coward. My self-loathing echoes in the darkness. I wait about 2 hours before returning to the lab. Kreese was already gone when I get there. All she left is a single email. I sit down on the sofa while drying my hair with a towel. I look towards the PC in the corner of the room. Cease to inquire what the future has in store, and take as a gift whatever the day brings forth. Horace, Italian philosopher. I'm going back to my hotel. Do what needs to be done. Good night. I sit down on the sofa while drying my hair with a towel. I look towards the PC in the corner of the room. It's already connected to the IBM 5100, ready for Daru to start hacking. I already got in touch with him. The hacking starts tomorrow at noon. I drove myself even further into a corner by telling that to Daru. No, I can't turn back. No matter how much I want to. I chose Mayuri. I will let Kurisu die. Showering didn't soften the wrenching pain in my heart. In truth, I'm just riding on Kurisu's resolve. Mine is still a flimsy thing. I can't but wonder, is this really okay? Really?
Anyone here?
Mayuri opens the door and enters. For a moment after she catches sight of me, she looks ready to burst into tears. But that quickly gives way to a smile.
It's Ocarine!
What's up?
Oh, nothing. I decided to stop by.
I swallow hard. Maybe I should explain the situation to Mayuri. But I know she'll feel guilty if I tell her. Mayuri doesn't need to know. Everything will be okay as long as we crack CERN's database and reach the Beta World line.
You know, I haven't talked much with Ocarine lately. You know, I don't want to be a burden to Ocarine.
Can I really let it end like this? Shouldn't I tell her what Kurisu is sacrificing for her sake?
Did you take a shower?
Mayuri moves behind the sofa, grabs a bath towel on my head, and starts rubbing my hair dry.
You smell good, like shampoo.
I don't mind the towel so much. But then she buries her nose into my hair and starts sniffing. Stop that! I jerk my head away. Mayuri goes back to drying my hair.
You know, I didn't go to Kamima today.
Why?
I was thinking about Ocarine. When I got to Ariake, I remember how sad you looked, and then I thought, I shouldn't be having fun at Kamima. So I turned around and came all the way back.
Oh, sorry for making you worry. Should I tell her? Or should I keep her in the dark?
You know, I haven't talked much with Ocarine lately. Maybe Mayushi's getting a little lonely.
Mayuri, how would you feel if I said I was keeping a secret from you?
I mean, like, Ocarine and Christian are actually dating?
Where did that come from?
Ocarine and Christian get along really well, right? I think you two are meant for each other.
No, it's nothing like that.
Oh, okay. You don't have to tell me everything if you don't want to. Besides, it's normal to keep secrets from your hostage.
This isn't the time for that. Mayuri's hand leaves my head. I look over my shoulder in a panic, thinking she wandered off again. She's there. I grab her hand, perhaps more forcefully than I meant to.
Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden.
Again.
So I'll wait until Ocarine's ready to tell me. Just like I said yesterday, remember?
And if I decide to never tell you?
Well, I'd be curious. Really curious. If that's what you want.
Even if my secret involves you?
Mayushi?
I haven't told you because I don't want to hurt you.
Is that why Ocarine looks so sad all the time? Then I do want to know. I don't like it when Ocarine's sad.
Even if it means you might get hurt? Mayuri replies. With a gentle smile.
Yeah.
She nods without any hesitation. Her smile is so sincere, it strikes me speechless.
Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden. And Mayushi was sad because of what happened to Granny. Ocarine took Mayushi hostage, remember? That's why Mayushi always thought that whenever Ocarine's sad, she could lend her strength to him, you know? Mayushi might not be useful, though.
useful. Suddenly I remember. Mayuri's going to die tomorrow. I've been through it once before. She died protecting me. And her last words were,
Finally, Mayushi was useful to Ocarine.
so this is what she meant.
I don't want to see you hurting.
Very well. If that's how she feels, I'll tell her everything. I let go of Mayuri's hand and pat the sofa beside me. Take a seat. Mayuri does as she's told.
Can I get some snacks?
This is serious, remember?
Oh, right.
Mayuri sits up straight with her hands folded in her lap.
Okay, ready.
Everything I'm about to tell you is true. It's related to those dreams you had. I plan to sacrifice one of our friends for your sake.
Huh? Ocarine?
Anxiety clouds Mayuri's face, but I ignore it and take her chin in my fingers. A switch has already flipped inside of me. You'll soon regret your curiosity, my dear. For the deeds of the great Hewing Kyoma are many and terrible. And so I began, speaking as the mad scientist whose foolish experiments brought everything to ruin. I start with the first raid on the lab. I tell Mayuri how Moeka killed her. Next I tell her about Suzuha and Ferris, about Lukaku, Moeka, FB, and Nae. I describe their fates in every detail. And finally, I tell her about Kurisu. By sacrificing Makise Kurisu, I will embark upon a journey to a glorious new world. There's a lot to explain, and Mayuri kept asking questions, desperate to understand the strange concepts I was throwing at her. Thanks to that, the conversation went longer than expected. It's already getting late. And that is the plan most grand and devious of the insane man scientist Hewing Kyoma. I call it Made in Heaven. Finally, it's over. Yep, and she's crying. Mayuri says nothing. She's staring at her hands, which are clenched into tiny, trembling fists. She looks ready to cry any second. What's the matter? Mayuri shakes her head and bites her lip.
The whole time you and Christian were hurting. Mayushi was making costumes. Like nothing was wrong. I feel so stupid. I didn't know anything.
Of course you didn't. That's how I planned it. Are you disappointed in me, Mayuri? Sorry, but this is who I am. I will do anything, sacrifice anyone to accomplish my goals. Whether you like it or not, you're coming with me to the Beta World Line. You are my hostage, and you will have no say in the matter. Let chaos descend upon the world. That is the choice of Steins Gate. Mayuri ignores my performance. She gets to her feet and lurches towards the door. I quickly grab her by the wrist. Where are you going?
When you see Christian, please, Ocarine, I have to talk to her.
There's no way I can refuse Mayuri's request. Fine. I contacted Kurisu. We arranged to meet on the UPX overpass at 4:30 in the morning. I was wondering why she wanted to meet so early, but I understand once I see her. She's dragging a large suitcase. Thanks for coming to see me off. She faces us with a smile. Does that suitcase mean what I think it does? Huh? Oh, yeah, it does. You're going back to America. Kurisu nods. I was supposed to go back at the beginning of the month, but then I ran into a certain mad scientist and ended up staying longer than planned. There's nothing else I can help you with. Anyway, and I don't want to be a liability. Is she doing this for me? Or is she trying to outrun her fear? It's not my right to stop her. Even if I did, it wouldn't change anything. Today, as planned, I will crack CERN's database and move to the Beta World line. I've made my decision. Mayuri is next to me, standing still with her head hung. What's wrong, Mayuri? Are you feeling sick? I gently nudge her back. Come on, Mayuri. She takes one step, pauses for a second, then leaps on Kurisu with a cry. Aww. Aww. Whoa, what's going on?
She doesn't want Christian to disappear.
Kurisu hears the desperate plea in Mayuri's voice. She gives me a look that asks, "Did you tell her?" I silently nod.
I can't disappear. Not for Mayushi, okay?
Mayuri.
Mayushi doesn't want to live if Christian has to die.
I expected Mayuri might say that. It's absolutely essential that I remain firm. I feel bad for Kurisu, but it needs to be said. This is the way it has to be. I chose you, Mayuri. You have an obligation to live. Pain stabs through my heart. These words are reprehensible. Kurisu and I made a pact. She agreed to trade her life for yours. If that sacred covenant is broken, this world is doomed. I clench my fist tight to suppress my self-loathing. Don't put Kurisu's feelings to waste, Mayuri!
But...
Thank you, Mayuri. Kurisu wraps her arms around Mayuri's back, returning the hug. But this was my decision too. I'm okay with it. Really. Okabe loves you, you know?
What are you
saying? It's true, isn't it? She gives me a mischievous smile. You? It would make him really sad if he died. You don't want him to be sad, do you?
If Christian goes away, you'll make Mayushi sad.
Yeah. I know. It makes me sad too. But this was going to happen eventually. I had to go back to America sooner or later. So even if you move to another world line, just think of me as being in America. It's practically the same thing.
It's not the problem. I don't want Christian to disappear. Let's stop this, okay? Don't let Christian disappear.
Kurisu separates from Mayuri and gazes straight into her face. You have to listen to us now, Mayuri. She uses a gentle tone, as if speaking to a child. Then she lightly bumps Mayuri on the head. Okabe, don't ever let go of her again. I know. Well, I'm off. Thank God I'll never have to see her silly face again. She punctuates her insult with a smile. She's so cheerful now. A far cry from the shivering girl in the dark. To see her like this breaks my heart. I'm sorry. I repeat the words in my heart again and again, begging for forgiveness. Kurisu turns to go.
Don't go, Christian! Please!
Don't follow me! She shouts over her shoulder. Mayuri freezes. I don't want pity. It'll only make it worse. This is my decision. Nothing you can say will change my mind. Goodbye. Promise me, Mayuri. Promise me you'll find happiness. With that, Kurisu walks away. Early morning Akihabara. Well before sunrise. The trains are just starting to run. She disappears into the station, dragging her suitcase behind her. Alone. Mayuri falls to her knees, her face streaked with tears. As I approach, I hear her voice.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You have nothing to apologize for. This was my decision, and mine alone. Kurisu will disappear, for I chose not to save her. I chose to bring chaos to the world. You can't forgive me, can you, for Mayuri? Then hate me. But even then, you're staying with me to the end. I have chosen. To save you, I will let Kurisu die. So hate me. Loathe me. Curse my name. But I will not turn back. Nobody can stop me now. Mayuri slowly stands up. Then she buries her face into my chest, just like she did to Kurisu.
Oh, Green. Tell me how you really feel.
How I really feel? Mayuri looks straight up into my eyes.
I want to know what's in your heart. Your honest feelings. Mayushi doesn't want to be a burden anymore.
You're not a burden. How can you think that? This is about me, because I want to save you, because I can't bear to lose you.
Yeah. Thank you, Okarin. Thank you.
Mayuri tries her hardest to smile through her tears. And then, once again, she buries her face into my chest.
I've been having scary dreams lately. In those dreams, you always try to save me. They weren't dreams, were they? You were trying to save Mayushi, weren't you? Okarin, you know, Mayushi loves you. Mayushi can smile every day because you're there for me. Can we be together from now on, too?
Of course. I answered Mayuri with my embrace. How can you ask that? I don't want to be apart from you either.
Yeah. Mayushi will find happiness. Just like I promised Christian.
Yeah.
Let's be happy together.
We will.
Never let go of me.
I won't.
Let me love you forever.
Of course. The radiance of the rising sun pours out between the buildings. Daybreak. As the sun grows brighter, we remain in our embrace, as if to reassure each other that we are still here. Well, the time has come. We will now commence the final phase of Operation Verthandi. Mayuri and Daru turn to me and nod. Today is the last day of Kamima, but Daru wanted to attend, of course, but a little begging convinced him to prioritize the operation. I take a look around the lab. These 20 days have seen constant change. It's incredible to think that at one point, this lab had a whole 8 members. And now we're back to 3. The memories we made, the experiences we shared. To save Mayuri, I will undo them all. There's sorrow in me, and guilt. I engrave them deep inside my heart. I'll never forget. I mustn't forget these long yet short summer days. Still, I chose to erase our memories. I choose to return everything to normal. Suzua's mission is irrelevant. I'm not doing this for the future. As long as Mayuri lives, nothing else matters. Daru, you may begin. You sure? Yeah. Okie dokie. Dara starts typing on the IBM 5100. It's already connected to his main computer. This will get us into CERN's central database, where they keep the data they mine with Echelon. There, we will locate the first email I sent on July 28th, and erase all traces of its existence. With this, I can reach the Beta world line. Last, Mayuri will be safe. I look at Mayuri. She's on the couch, sitting straight as a ramrod, with her grandmother's pocket pressed to her ear. She stays still with her eyes closed. Whenever Mayuri wants to calm down, she listens to the sound of that pocket watch. Ever since we parted with Kurisu, Mayuri has said nothing about my choice. I guess she's come to terms with it, in her own way. The actual work, I've left to Daru. No problem there. While waiting for him to finish, I walk into the development room. In the center of the room is the time leap machine. I squat down and gently brush my fingers against the microwave surface. It's cool to the touch. I've made irreplaceable friends because of this thing. And because of this thing, I've hurt them. But I don't want to blame the tool. It's how you use the tool that matters. I've got to admit, it saved me more than once. But still, once this is over, I'll destroy the time leap machine. We must never make the same mistakes again. Oh, Green, I found it! It's really there! The email I sent? It's there! It sure is, man. Dara points to a string of characters. My name is there, followed by the message I wrote about Kurisu's death. 3 lines in total, each 12 characters long. This data led CERN to our doorstep. At FB's instruction, Moeka and the Rounders attacked. If Suzuha is right, then by erasing this data, we will escape from the Attractor Field Alpha where CERN dominates the future. This will take us to Attractor Field Beta, the Beta world line within its range of convergence. A future without Mayuri's death. Mayuri is standing next to me, gazing intently at the monitor. She grasps my hand firmly.
Okarin.
It's okay. She looks anxious, so I pat her head to calm her down.
Everything's set. We'll press the enter key and that data's gone.
Dara stands up and gestures to the open seat.
I leave that honor to you, Ocarine.
I sit down and face the keyboard. This time, it ends. Kurisu's face floats through my mind. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Goodbye, Kurisu. I slowly raise my right hand and extend my index finger. Victory is at hand! Dara twitches at my cry. With unimaginable brilliance and unwavering conviction, I have defeated our vast and powerful enemy, and now stand triumphant on the field of Ragnarok. I give thanks to the comrades whose sacrifice made this victory possible. One press this key, and Kurisu will die. I firmly grip my coat at the shoulder, where it has been stitched together with jagged pink thread. The coming world is the world I wished for. I wished for Mayuri to live, and Kurisu to die. That is the truth, and I must never forget it. This is the choice of Steins Gate. This is the choice of Okabe Rintaro. That the world be reborn! I swing down my finger and strike the enter key. No Kurisu this time. 1.130238. After a while, the spinning stops and color gradually returns to the world. Reading Steiner activated. The world line has changed. I look around the room. Next to me is Daru. Mayuri! Behind me is Mayuri. I reach out to her, and she takes my hand with a smile. Everything is where it should be. Looks like nothing has changed at all. I gently touch my coat's shoulder, where Kurisu fixed the torn seam. It's gone. My coat isn't torn. The stitches, uneven from having been sewn in the dark, have disappeared. There's no trace of that ridiculous pink thread. I stand up and head to the development room. Underneath the table, the time leap machine. No, that's not the time leap machine. That's the phone wave, name subject to change. The upgrades Kurisu made are gone. Nothing has changed. This world line is exactly the same. In all respects save one. Kurisu was never here. I thought that I was prepared for this. Now that I'm face to face with the cruel consequence of my decision, I feel powerless. Defeated. I want to cry.
What's wrong, Ocarine?
Mayuri runs up and grabs my arm. Say, Mayuri.
Yeah?
Who was lab mem number 4 again? I need to ask. Even though I know what the answer will be.
Number 4? But Ocarine, there's only 3 lab mems, remember? Ocarine, Mayushi, and Darkin.
Tears come. I crumple to my knees. I cover my face with my hands. Yeah. Right. Our lab doesn't have a 4th member. It never did. Her existence was rejected by the world.
Ocarine, something really sad happened, didn't it?
Mayuri rubs my back.
Mayushi is here for you, Ocarine.
I embrace Mayuri. I stifle my voice and cry.
Ocarine, don't cry.
Please don't leave me, Mayuri. Please. Stay by my side. Forever. Mayuri tenderly strokes my head.
Mayushi will always be with you. Always. Just like this.
All trace of Kurisu's existence has vanished. All trace of Kurisu's existence has vanished. This proves that I've returned to my original world line. This is the world I struggled to reach. The world Suzuha traveled through time to create. A world where the future is free. Nothing has changed. And yet, this is my utopia. Oh, there we go. Once more, the audio is going to have to be muted, so that's it, I guess. For real this time. For real this time. I haven't even muted it. Alright, for real this time, we now have seen every single ending. Last time, I thought I did, but now we have genuinely seen every ending. So, yeah, again, as of recording this, ideally, I would like to try starting up Steins Gate 0 tomorrow, hopefully. Is that a good idea, considering the depression that this series brings me? I have no idea, and I don't think I can answer that. But there's not really anything else I can say after the but. That's just a fact that's going to happen. The depression is guaranteed at this point. And I am terrified of what's about to happen as a result. But, well, that's gonna have to be something that future me deals with. There's not really a whole lot else I can say, considering I said everything about this game in my last episode, considering I thought last episode was supposed to be the last. But again, this game is magical. Even that ending was still pretty nice, just seeing how Mayuri has to accept it. Again, though, I can't say any more on this game that I haven't already said, especially considering I don't know what else to say, considering this game is insanity-inducing in the best way possible somehow. Interpret that as you may. Audio, you may return. Alright. Let's see. There's probably going to be a little something extra after the credits here, isn't there? If not, then, well, we'll see. Yep. The night of the 17th passed. The night of the 18th passed. And Mayuri still didn't die. I've kept a close watch for 3 days since then. There have been no attacks, no accidents, no sign that anything might happen. That was enough to convince me that Mayuri is safe. Together with Daru, I destroyed the phone wave and the IBM 5100. Although we have lost the ability to send emails, that's a small price to pay to stay below CERN's radar. Tanuji is downstairs in the Brontube workshop watching TV on the 42-inch CRT like always. When I went to check out Radicon, I found it open for business as usual. A search of the internet turned up no mention of a satellite crash. Instead, I found a small article in the local section of a newspaper dated July 28th. It was a report on Kurisu's murder. There was no follow-up. The culprit is still at large. According to Daru, the police questioned me several times. It was I who discovered the body, after all. Of course, I don't remember any of that. At any rate, Mayuri is still alive. I've accomplished what I set out to do. It's over.
Ocarine!
Mayuri emerges from the ticket gate, waving her hand as she runs my way. Why are we not ending? I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. She weaves through the gaps between shoppers and maids handing out leaflets, and when she gets to me, she looks at me with puppy dog eyes. Why are you crying? Mary doesn't answer me. She just strokes my cheek, gently, silently. She's crying, but she doesn't seem sad. Rather, she seems overcome with emotion.
Ocarine came to pick me up. You wait for Mayushi. I'm so happy.
Don't get so happy over every little thing. Aww. Mary wipes away her tears, making room for a shy, innocent smile.
So Mayushi class changed from hostage to girlfriend, right?
Indeed. I have no idea how to respond to such an embarrassing question. But she's right. Mayuri and I are officially a couple. After these long, painful 20 days, I finally noticed how important Mayuri is to me. Plus, she told me that she loved me.
Thank goodness. It wasn't just a dream.
Let's get going already. I'm gonna die standing in this damn heat. I start walking without waiting for Mayuri's response.
But the lab's hot too, isn't it?
At least we got a fan, and besides, I'm thirsty. Gotta get my daily dose of Dr. P. It's Sunday. Despite the heat, I see plenty of shoppers laying with bags enjoying themselves on the streets of Akiba. I suddenly feel a void in my heart. Nothing about this town has changed. Yet it feels like something is missing from my life. No doubt it's the gap that was left by Kurisu. But there's no such thing as a perfect future. That is a fantasy that nobody can realize. I mustn't forget. This is the future I wished for, fought for, and won. I have what is most important to me, Mayuri. I should be thankful for that. I'm blessed far beyond the common man. I look beside me and realize that Mayuri's not there. I turn around. She's not there either.
Mayuri?
Mayuri? She's gone. She's always like this. Sometimes she just wanders off. Anxiety seizes my heart. Mayuri promised she would never leave me. This world line is worthless without her.
Mayuri!
I shout her name at the top of my lungs. I search for her in the crowd, but it's too thick to see.
Mayuri!
Over here.
Oh, you freaking bastard! I turn around to see Mayuri running towards me. In her hands is shaved ice.
You said it was hot, remember? I thought it'd be nice to eat something cold.
Don't scare me like that! I feel so relieved. I want to embrace that small body of hers, but we're in public, so I stop myself. I take the shaved ice and hold my empty hand out to Mayuri. Hold my hand.
Okay.
Mayuri takes my hand. Her slender fingers intertwine with mine, Let's save the shaved ice for when we get back to the lab. It's too hard to eat while walking.
Yeah, but will it melt?
If it melts, it melts.
Oh, well, I guess you're right. You can't eat for holding hands anyway.
I won't let go. I won't ever let you go.
Mayushi won't let go either.
Mari puts just a little more strength into her grip. Love for her fills my heart. Suddenly, Mayuri looks up at Radhikon.
Ocarine? Is it possible to dream when you're awake?
When you're awake? You mean a daydream?
Is that what it's called? You're so smart. I don't know who it was, but Mayushi feels like she had a very important friend.
What?
And whenever I think about that important friend, my heart hurts. Like, you know? And sometimes I hear a voice.
A voice?
The voice tells me to find happiness.
All of that was undone. I erased those memories. Sacrificed them.
I wonder if that voice is the reason Mayushi's with Ocarine now.
Perhaps everybody remembers their experiences from other world lines. Those memories may be vague and tenuous, but they're there. They speak to us in the form of dreams, visions, and deja vu.
If I ever meet that person, I want to tell them thanks.
I'm not the only one who remembers.
I wonder who it was.
It must have been God.
Oh, well, thanks, God. Mayushi's really happy.
Mayuri looks up. She reaches out to the sky. Like always. She shakes hands with the stardust, twinkling beyond the coat of blue. I look up too, to hold back the tears. And on we walk, hand in hand. Where'd my shaved ice go? Stardust Sky, completed. Alright, for real this time, that is everything. Ooh, what's this? Clear list. I never noticed this. Oh, hey, this tells me I got 99% of album achievements, acquired tips at 187. Yippee! But yeah, for real, it's like, oh, there's a sound library? I don't need the spooky music. Okay, for real this time, though, that is all of Steins Gate that I'm going to go through. Because I'm not going to get scarred by this particular game anymore. If I'm going to get scarred by the series, I'm going to go to the next game. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace. If I can end the recording, that'd be nice.